Hey, so I'm here with day 3 of my Give It 100 challenge where I'm making a video each day for 100 days where I share some part of myself, whether it's my talents or my views on life, with the world. And the video today is my commentary on the passing of Robin Williams, the legendary actor. Found out a couple hours ago that Robin Williams apparently took his own life. He was found in his house, and I'm not sure what the official autopsy is at this point, but I'm going to make this video as if that is true and that Robin Williams did in fact commit suicide. It was a bit surprising to me. You would think someone who is as energetic and as exuberant as some of the characters that he portrayed in his career would be in a positive place in life, considering the fame and fortune and success that he acquired over the course of his lifetime. It's surprising that he still had skeletons in his closet that held him back from living a life of joy. You know, when you hear of suicide stories, you hear of the stories of people who were beat up by life, so to speak. The people who were perpetually broke or in some way, shape, or form couldn't live up or couldn't satiate the desires that they had in life, and they weren't as happy with their external condition as could be. You know, whether it was a spouse dying or a spouse cheating on them or some other series of unfortunate events that leads to someone feeling as if they have a low self-worth and that life isn't worth living. And the thing is, I understand those who commit suicide and take their life. Life to me isn't about survival. It's about happiness. If you play the game of life with the intent of surviving, you're going to lose. Because the reality is that we're all going to die at some point. So while you're here, don't live with the intent of just trying to survive. Live with the intent of trying to be happy and trying to self-actualize and trying to make the most of your talents and being the best you that you can be in what short time you have on this planet. And like I said, when you hear of a story like Robin Williams committing suicide, it grounds you, it humbles you. To think of someone who, I'd imagine for him being as good as he was as an actor, and for the charisma and charm that seemed to radiate from the screen and the characters that he portrayed, that he enjoyed acting. I just have to believe that for him to be as good as he is in that kind of profession, he had to have enjoyed it. To have put in the time and effort into cultivating his craft, he had to have enjoyed acting. And it's mind-boggling to me that someone who did what he loved and was revered for the product that he put out in doing what he loved still had demons he had to face, regardless of his external world being relatively set. And that being said, I don't know Robin Williams. I don't know what his personal life was. I'm not sure what demons that he was fighting on a day-to-day basis. But from the outside looking in, his external world is pretty sweet. And his passing, his suicide, the idea that someone with an external world that's relatively put together, you know, to be successful, to have a fortune, to have money, to have a relatively positive external world and still be so tormented internally that you take your own life, it's humbling to me in the sense that even though I'm still striving for worldly success, I'm still trying to make it as an athlete, I'm still trying to make it as an entertainer, as someone who for a living can share his talents with the world. That's still what I'm working towards. But knowing that that's not going to make me happy. That's not necessarily going to make me happy, at the least. And there's something to be said for working on your emotional stability. On this day, regardless of if you've accomplished the goals you've wanted to in life, separate from that, separate from anything you do in the external world, you have to be on top of your inner game. Whether it's through meditation, whether it's through whatever, you have to have some means of which you cultivate emotional stability, in which you cultivate emotional maturity, so that your happiness and your well-being and your psychological state isn't dependent on the circumstances of the external world. Because I look at someone like Robin Williams, who had an external world that was pretty set. He had a means of doing something that he loved and getting paid for it. So you would think that his life was pretty sweet. But with him taking his life, that apparently was not the case. And it's a reminder to me of the importance of meditating daily and doing the catharsis and the emotional control exercises that I've been learning, and the importance of doing them every single day, doing whatever you can to personally raise your state into a positive frame of mind without the use of external aids. Because if you're relying on the conditions of your world to determine your happiness will forever be conditional. And I'll make future videos on some of the things I do to maintain happiness personally, and not having to rely on good things happening in my external world to be happy. And the one other thing I wanted to add about Robin Williams and his passing is the importance of living each day with love in your heart. You don't know what someone's going through, regardless of the external front that they're putting out, regardless of how happy or jovial or put together somebody is, they may be falling apart inside. And you never know what one act of kindness, one smile, one generous act, one act of humanity can do for someone. And I think of someone like Robin Williams, who from the outside looking in had so much going for him, and he was still depressed. And so I'll try to make it more of a habit to be positive and extend a positive act to others. I'm a little tongue-tied. I'm just in shock a little bit that Robin Williams would take his life. It just makes you think. It makes you think about life, and it helps bring things into perspective. But if there's one thing I can invite you to do, if you've watched this video this long, is to try to live each day with love in your heart. Try to be positive, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of the person you meet. I know it's really easy to go through your life and be in your own head and to walk past somebody on the street and not give a smile. I know it takes effort to be positive. It doesn't take any effort to be negative, but it takes effort to be positive. At least that's what I've come to experience in my life. Someone told me this analogy and likened positivity and negativity to a garden. If you don't do any work, weeds will grow. And it takes work for flowers to grow. It doesn't take any effort to be negative. You can just go through life and negativity will find you. And for me, it's been this realization that it takes persistent work. Every single day, I've got to put in the work to maintain a positive state of mind. It's like growing flowers. If you want flowers for your garden, you have to put in work. If you want weeds, just do nothing. And so the two takeaways I hope that you can take from this video is, one, you got to put in the work to remain positive. Otherwise, your positivity is going to be conditioned on your day-to-day happenings, which may be good, may be bad. And two, and more importantly, with every person you meet, try to extend love to them. Because regardless of how well put together anybody is, whether it's that boss that you come to resent, whether it's that coworker that you're jealous of, whether it's that celebrity that you're jealous of, regardless of how someone appears to be, you never know what battle they're going through eternally. So treat everybody with love. Till next time, deuces. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.